When most people think of winter in the mountains of Gilgit-Baltistan, they picture isolation, snowbound roads, silent valleys, and suspended movement. Trade, you would assume, comes to a halt. And for years, that was largely true. But something has changed. High in the remote north, the Sost dry port has quietly become a case study in operational resilience. For the second consecutive year, Pakistan's National Logistics Corporation, the NLC, has kept the Khunjerab Pass route open throughout the winter season, despite heavy snowfall and extreme weather. That may sound straightforward. It isn't. Khunjerab Pass is one of the highest paved international border crossings in the world. Historically, winter meant weeks, sometimes months of closure. Trade volumes would drop, supply chains stalled, the corridor effectively went dormant. Today, that pattern is shifting. The real story begins with infrastructure. Recent upgrades at Sost Dry Port have transformed what was once a seasonal bottleneck into an all-weather cargo hub. Advanced X-ray cargo scanners now allow rapid security screening of containers. High-capacity weigh bridges ensure accurate and efficient cargo processing. Expanded warehouse facilities protect goods from harsh weather and manage overflow during peak months. Now you might wonder, do these technical upgrades actually make a difference in the snow? They do. By speeding up inspections and cargo handling, trucks spend less time idling in snow-clearing queues. Processing becomes predictable. Delays shrink. And predictability, as logistics experts often emphasize, is the backbone of supply chain reliability. Officials report that these enhancements have translated into a marked increase in trade volumes, even during peak winter months. And the numbers support that claim. In December 2025 alone, Sost Dry Port handled approximately 12,000 metric tons of imports and exports. Even more telling, in just the first 2 weeks of January 2026, when several connecting roads remained snowbound, the port processed roughly 11,000 metric tons of cargo. There's another detail worth noting. During that same period, 132 empty containers were returned to China. It signals continuous asset circulation, evidence that trade isn't merely passing through, it's operating in a sustained, organized loop. Compare that to previous winters, when heavy snowfall frequently shut down the Khunjerab Pass for extended periods. The contrast is stark. Today, snow plows operate around the clock. Port staff work in coordinated shifts. Operational planning runs 24/7. Reports attribute this continuity directly to upgraded facilities and structured winter management strategies. In short, a corridor once defined by seasonal disruption is now functioning year-round. Infrastructure alone, however, does not explain the full picture. Another critical factor has been closer coordination with Chinese partners. NLC have collaborated with Chinese freight companies to establish a joint logistics venture focused on transit trade. On paper, that may sound procedural. In practice, it means customs alignment, harmonized transit rules, faster border clearances. Trucks arriving from Xinjiang now clear more efficiently at Sost. Pakistani exports moving north encounter fewer procedural delays. Officials describe the result as streamlined cross-border logistics and improved supply chain efficiency across the region. And this matters beyond bilateral trade. Sost is increasingly positioned not just as a link between Pakistan and China, but as part of a broader transit corridor extending towards Central Asia. The Karakoram trade route is evolving into something more stable and more dependable, a reliable spine of commerce. There's also a human dimension to this story. Keeping the port operational year-round provides consistent employment in Gilgit-Baltistan. Customs officials, truck drivers, warehouse workers, and support staff now experience steadier income through winter months. Local business leaders estimate that thousands of people are engaged in Pakistan-China border trade in the region. Increased port activity has generated new opportunities for transporters, warehouse operators, and laborers. For a high-altitude region where economic options are often limited, that stability matters. It's not just about cargo volumes, it's about livelihoods. The sustained winter operation of Sost dry port demonstrates that with targeted investment and coordinated cross-border cooperation, even remote, high-altitude corridors can support uninterrupted trade. Keeping the route open for a second consecutive winter reinforces confidence in Pakistan's northern trade artery. Observers suggest that this consistency could deepen the Pakistan-China economic partnership and further position Pakistan as a gateway to Central Asia. In essence, the mountains haven't become less harsh, but the systems built within them have become stronger, and that is what is keeping trade moving.